What's up, and welcome back to the Overtime Sports Show. Make sure you guys follow us everywhere, WTMN World. Visit the site, WTMNworld.com. Like us and subscribe to the channel, WTMN TV on YouTube. Use the hashtags to follow along to the show. This week, they announced that there will be no charges brought against the officer that shot Jacob Blake in the back. That was the incident that caused, the teams to not play for a couple of days while in the bubble, to speak up and give their protesting voices or whatever, however. This is, if you are a person out there that believes that there should be no sports until, things get better, or the athletes should strike or protest until things change, this is a prime example of that shit, basically. Because, nigga, as crazy as it sounds, I honestly think that maybe that would have changed things. If on that day, the niggas would have said, no, that would have brought a lot of actions quicker, and it would have brought what we deem as the right actions a lot, right then and there, probably. They might would have fired them niggas and arrested them and brought the charges against them right then in that moment. Had the Lakers and had them niggas been like, no, we not playing ever again until y'all do something, things probably would have changed. Recently, ESPN announced that Dan Le Batard won't be coming back, but I think his show is going to still be there. They're highly questionable, so I don't really know how that's going to work. But, farewell to Dan Le Batard and the OG Poppy, man. Also this week, in college football, they announced the Heisman Trophy winner, wide receiver out of Alabama, Devontae Smith, won. The rest of the finalists were Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson, Mac Jones out of Alabama, and Kyle Trask out of Florida. Fuck all them niggas. Sticking with college football, this coming Monday night, the 11th, is the college football national championship game between Alabama and Ohio State. I'm picking the Alabama Crimson Tide because fuck Ohio State. Real quick, in college basketball, Chris Webber announced that he'll be making a Fab Five TV show. I don't think he should do that. Mainly because, do y'all niggas remember, when he snitched? He told on that booster, called that nigga a predator. I don't think you should be the one, because them niggas ain't even fuck with you. So it's I don't really know. But above all things, fuck Chris Webber. I'm taping this Friday afternoon. Last night, Kyrie didn't play against the 76ers, and the Nets still beat him. But his reason why he didn't play, he said he just didn't want to. I don't know if I'm, connecting unnecessary dots here, but I think this may be, his little reaction or response to, the no actions for Jacob Blake. And also, the white American terrorist attack on the Capitol. Even though, I don't even, I say that because it was white terrorists that did it, but it wasn't even, for real. The niggas was just, there. Also this week with the Nets, KD and Kyrie missed late game shots, and Brian made one. So, for all those people who was, feeling the way about what Kyrie said about, his teammate making late game shots, he should have probably shut up now, huh? Steph had 62 against Portland. I think he hate them niggas. But after Steph scored that 62, I said, I put in my notes who was going to have the next biggest scoring game, and Bradley Beal answered that with 60. And for that, I'm going to name Bradley Beal the first overtime sports show player of the week. And that's because it's 60, of course. And honestly, man, I feel horrible for him to have to play with Russ. Nigga, because, man, it's going to be like that. I say all that, I forgot to mention that he scored 60 and they still lost. So, yeah. Shout out to Bradley Beal. Russ, man, go to the Lakers. The only people that could probably fix Russ or get him to just put him in a spot where he can just play like Russ. And I think that's either Popovich or Bron. So, but I'll go ahead and ask that question. Who will have the next big scoring game? 50 or 60 or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping it'll be like a, you know what I'm saying, like a young nigga, maybe like somebody like Brandon Ingram or Devin Booker or like De'Aaron Fox or somebody. I would love it. You know what? This is one of my bold predictions for 2021. LaMelo Ball will have the next big scoring game. He's gonna score something stupid like 55 or something crazy. Go ahead and jump into the last week's marquee matchup recap. The Cavs beat the Hawks. Colin Sexton had 27. Ice Train and Capella both had 16. The Clippers beat the Suns. Paul George had 39. Devin Booker had 25. Ayton had 24. The Magic beat the Cavs. Aaron Gordon had 24. Vucevic had 23. Colin Sexton had 24 for the Cavs. And nigga, did Drummond even play? Like that nigga had like little old numbers. The last matchup that I had last week, between the Pelicans and Hornets, the brawl for it all is actually tonight. I'm taping this Friday afternoon. So I'm gonna pick. I'm picking. I don't know. Matter of fact, I want to add this to my bold prediction because I said LaMelo Ball, but I'm gonna pick Brandon Ingram to have a big scoring night tonight against the Hornets. If they, I don't know who's home and who's away. I think they're at Charlotte. So if they're in North Carolina, that's where B.I. is from. I'm picking B.I. to go off tonight. I'll go ahead and give some more marquee matchups for next week. Also tonight, the Clippers and Warriors. Monday night, Pelicans and Mavs. Hawks at Suns on Wednesday. And next Friday, Mavs at Bucks. With Steph scoring at 62, the team is looking a whole lot better now. That leads me to this week's fraud or for real, and that is the Golden State Warriors. Are the Golden State Warriors frauds or for real? I'm gonna say it all depends on what you say. For real is a championship contender, then I'm saying fraud. But if they are a legitimate team to make the playoffs and probably win a series, I'm going to say for real. If they get a matchup with Denver or maybe like Portland or somebody, or maybe Phoenix in the first round, maybe. Make sure you use the hashtag fraud or for real to let me know if you think this year's Golden State Warriors are frauds or for real. On to the NFL. Deshaun Watson may or may not want out of Houston. I really hate that. Like, it don't even matter to me. I love Deshaun Watson. I personally think that he should have waited to sign. I think he should have left Houston just because of, all that shit with Bill O'Brien and stuff. They traded his homie. Not only did they trade his best wide receiver, they traded his nigga, you know what I'm saying? But I would have waited and signed with New Orleans because, number one, you from New Orleans. And two, Drew Brees is probably out of there after this, and they don't have a quarterback or a quarterback worthwhile. So, yeah, I probably would have went to the Saints, but he's there, and they hired a GM from New England, and it's reported that they didn't consult him at all. They haven't interviewed anybody that he said they wanted him to interview. They haven't interviewed anybody that he wanted them to interview. So, yeah, man, I wish I could say I want him to come to Detroit without guilt because I truly believe that this team is cursed. But, yeah, man, I truly believe he needs to leave Houston, man. Get out of there. This weekend is also Wildcard Weekend in the NFL. That's why you're getting this episode a little bit early. Saturday's games are Colts at Bills, Rams at Seahawks, and Bucks at Washington football team. On Sunday, we got the Ravens at Titans, Bears at Saints, and Browns at Steelers. I'm going to jump right to this week's Fact the Fuck Out of Here, and that is, will a wild card team win a game in these playoffs? And I'm going with fact because I got one in each conference or one on each day even. Because if you remember last week, I picked the Washington football team to win a playoff game, and I'm sticking with it. I got Washington to beat Tampa Bay because they gonna knock Tom Brady around. And I have the Ravens beating the Titans. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that they want to beat the Titans bad as I want them to beat the Titans. So make sure to use the hashtag #FactorFuckOutOfHere to let me know if you think a wild card team will win a game in this year's playoffs. As for the rest of the games, I got the Bills beating the Colts. I got the Seahawks beating the Rams. I got the Saints beating the Bears. And I was going to change my pick because originally I had the Browns beating the Steelers. And I was going to change it because I think the whole offensive staff of the Browns can't coach this week because of the Rona. And I desperately believe that Baker Mayfield needs them niggas to succeed, especially. But I'm gonna stick with it, man. I'm gonna stick with the Browns beating the Steelers. I want to go ahead. If y'all are watching this, man, go ahead and comment. This is a section just for y'all to comment. If you watch this, leave a comment. I want one of your bold predictions for 2021. Whatever it is, give me one bold prediction right here, right now for 2021. Well, that's the show. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys come right back next week for more overtime. Follow us everywhere, WTMN World. Visit the site, WTMNworld.com. Like and subscribe to WTMN TV on YouTube. Thanks for watching.